Hey, everybody. So, the thing we're going to end up covering today is self talk versus affirmations. This is a question that comes up quite a lot. Isn't self talk the same exact thing as affirmations? And we're going to debunk a few of these things and we're going to talk about it just for a little bit. Please stay tuned and we would love to hear from you down in the discussion, see what you think, see if you guys are thinking along the same lines of what we think. So affirmations, they're often recorded, which self-talk is also recorded because you end up having the beneficial self-talk and it's recorded. We'll talk more about that just here in a minute. But on affirmations, you tend to repeat it. So you're either repeating these affirmations out loud or in your head while they're being recorded. Things like, I am enough. I am beautiful. I am smart. You are brilliant. Things like that. And it's usually a very few words. So you'll have 3, 5, 6 words. It's very short. It's usually I am or you are type of thing. And you are supposed to repeat it. Usually repeating these things out loud, it does give you a little bit of an edge because you are activating more of your senses. You're activating your voice along with the thoughts, along with your hearing. So you're activating more of your senses. Anytime you can activate more of your senses, it works better. So affirmations are not a bad thing, and I'm not dissing affirmations because affirmations have some really good effects on people. But here are the challenges whenever it comes to affirmations. You're going to find some pushback because of the internal dialogue that you already have. You're going to find some pushback with those affirmations. But here are the challenges whenever it comes to affirmations. You're going to find some pushback because of the internal dialogue that you already have. You're going to find some pushback with those. Let's say that one of the affirmations are, I am smart, right? And you're supposed to repeat that. I am smart. I am smart. Well, if you tell yourself things like, I'm never going to get this, and you say those things all day long, you're going to get some pushback because it's kind of making you say the opposite of what you've told yourself, what you've programmed yourself to hear, right? Or if you, I don't know, you tell yourself a lot, well, that was dumb, right? Your brain hears, that was dumb. I'm dumb, instead of I am smart. So whenever you start affirmations, you'll get a lot of pushback. Do they work? Can they work? Absolutely. It will take a bit longer though, because if you're in a constant tug of war and you're pulling back and forth, things are going to take longer. You're going to have more strength and more endurance to keep going to get it done. Sorry, I have a few little notes so that way I don't miss anything for you guys. Yep, causes arguments. We already talked about that. Check. You revert back to your old programs. Why? Because your old programs are what you have told yourself and what you continue to tell yourself day in and day out, usually for years, right? So affirmations can work and they do work for a lot of people. It just takes a very long time sometimes because of the constant pushback. So here is what beneficial self-talk is, okay? It is recorded, but it plays in the background, right? So you have to be able to hear it. It's not like subliminal messaging, behind the music kind of thing. We'll talk about that later. But you have to be able to hear it because it has to vibrate your eardrum. So whenever I'm talking to you and you're listening to me right now, it's vibrating your eardrum, right? So you're doing it consciously though. You've consciously sat down to listen to this video to learn something, right? So you're doing it consciously. Whenever you do beneficial self-talk, it needs to be playing in the background. So like have earphones on while you're doing other activities. You don't want to repeat it. You might want to listen to it the first time through just to make sure there's nothing in there that you disagree with, right? Because you always want to protect yourself. You always want it to be things that you yourself would listen to that you do want to change, right? Because you do not want anyone to put something in your head that you don't want there, because people have done that your entire life and you're trying to break those things, right? So it doesn't matter who it is, me, someone else, please listen to it. Make sure you agree with it first. That should always be a number one for you. But self-talk is recorded and it plays in the background while you're doing other things. So while you're working at your desk, while you're typing, while you're scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is, TikTok, whatever it is that you scroll through, while you're scrolling through that, listen to self-talk in the background. I would suggest that you be careful what else you listen to because it could interfere, but it it playing in the background is going to help you regardless. So the reason it works this way is because it actually works with our brains. Our brains are designed to pick up everything around us and store it for later. And that information is always there so you can pick it up and you can go with whatever situation you find yourself presented with in the now, right? So the way we learned our very first language was to listen to it. Whenever you were a baby, that's how you learned your first language. You heard it being talked in the background all the time, right? You were playing, you were doing, you were gone, you were learning to crawl, walk, whatever, but you were also hearing the language in the background. So you picked up on that language in the background. That's how you learned your first language. So if you're trying to reprogram yourself and you want more beneficial self talk in your life because you realize that, there's some negative connotation there, then you want to do it the easiest, simplest, best way possible, which is to utilize how your brain works already. And eventually your brain will go, that, that. And it will start replacing your bad self talk with good self talk. Okay. Your bad inner dialogue with better inner dialogue. So this process is actually just a rewiring process. It fires off things in your brain and helps your brain do it. So we're just rewiring. Our brains are much like a computer. We program it, and it doesn't matter if it's a good program, a bad program, an indifferent program. Your brain is going to be programmed the exact way that you programmed it. And maybe we don't intend to program it that way, but we're using our brain and that is how it's done. So the really great thing is, like a computer, you can rip a program out and reinstall a different program. You can update a program, so it's really cool and it's really easy and effective to do it this way. It doesn't take time out of people's day. I think me and my husband, we estimated that it takes like a quarter of a second to hit play, and then go about your day. Hit play and go about your day. Love it. All right. So really, self-talk is intended for you to listen to every single day, and it will cause dramatic shifts in your life for the good. We have self-talk recordings on our website, and we continue to get more all the time. It does take a while to record the appropriate self-talk that will help you benefit the best. So we do come out with new recordings. If you sign up for our newsletter, then we will let you know when new recordings come out. So you'll be ahead of the game right there. And usually we do discount them right in the beginning just to get them out there and get them in people's hands. So if you want that initial discount, sign up for the newsletter. But I did want to share with you a self-talk that you're not going to find anywhere else. It is a self-talk that's on our 365 daily self-talk. It's like a snippet of a self-talk every single day. It's written out for you to read. It's just little things that we can do to benefit you to make your environment better. So if you want to sign up for that, or, well, it's not really a sign up thing. You just go look at it every day, but I'll leave the link in the description for you. This is one that you're not going to find because this was back and it rolls through all of the self-talk. So I wanted to leave it here with you. Okay. And I'm going to read it real quick. Out of all the days I have experienced and those yet to come, now is the moment to turn my dreams into reality, to breathe life into my most ambitious goals, and to embody the extraordinary person I was meant to be. The incredible, positive, promising and limitless future that awaits me starts with me today. I'm going to leave you with that. And I'm going to say this one thing. If your brain is arguing with you right now on what you just heard, it's very possible that you could use some more positive talk in your life. Beneficial self talk is something that I listen to every single day. And maybe it's something that you want to implement too. Until next time, this is Shalithia with Mind Men Mentors signing off.